from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And it is Friday night. I hope you guys are having a good time. Some of y'all might be getting ready to go out and kick it. Who knows? But just want to make sure, first of all, before we get started, want to make sure you can hear me. So if you are watching the show, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, because I don't want to waste my time just saying stuff. All right, I see Don. Don's in the house. Okay, somebody said, here we go. That's right. Here we go. Buckle up. Yeah, because once you get on this roller coaster, there's no turning back. You already know. Yeah, man. Once you get locked into that thing, so many people regretted it once it start going up that hill. Click, 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 going, oh, how can I get out of this thing? But nope, you want to get on it. So now, unfortunately, we've been put on a roller coaster we didn't ask to be put on, as American citizens with common sense. With this whole Biden administration, with these Democrats, they done stuck us on a roller coaster. I'm like, I didn't want to get on this thing. I don't want to get on this thing. I can't wait till it stop. I can't wait till it stop. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Please hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all of the other platforms. Somebody said I'm buffering already. Man, I just came out the gates buffering. Anybody else? Am I buffering to anybody else? Talk to me. Talk to me. Somebody said they're really panicking. You are right about that. These Dems are panicking. That's what they're doing, man. They are concerned. People are saying, nope, I'm not buffering. So you might want to just refresh your page. So, yeah, they're panicking. They're doing everything they can. Like any trapped, caged animal, they're going to fight back as much as they can. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, see, if they will go ahead and get some sense and settle down and let well enough be, then they'll be fine. But nope, they won't do it. In fact, they've gone beyond not being punished for what they're doing and what they have done. See, the key players that launched all of this crap against Trump, against us, they know that if Trump get back in, he can't just let that go. See, there was a moment when Trump won, if they would have just said, okay, let's leave the man be, okay, they would have been okay. But they went too far. Now it's one of those things where we got to do something about this. We can't just sit back and let that go. You think we're going to sit back and let all of that garbage we witnessed go? No. And that's why they're fighting. So they should have left him alone. I mean, after they stole this last one, they should have left him alone. But they had to impeach him. Then they had to indict him 4 times. Then they're trying to take his businesses. You know, all of this stuff. That's what put them in a position where he can't look the other way. And neither can I. Neither can I. I want to see some justice, period. Now, before we get into all of that, let me get loose because it's Friday, y'all. Didn't get paid. Friday night. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. So, please, before we get into this, I want to remind you of Kevin's Corner Store. That's right, y'all. Pay it a visit. Go up in that bad boy and shop around. You'll get anything. You might come out with some novelties. Look at this, hun. You remember when these came out? Yeah. And it cost you $18 a minute to talk on it. And yeah, there you go. You might get anything in Kevin's Corner Store, but you got to go there first and explore. Go through all the items, see what you might like. So enjoy yourself there if you do. Also, this number 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, just in case YouTube gets mad at me, we'll have some way of staying connected. It's been a minute, man, since I've been going through those numbers. So if you've already texted and I didn't respond yet, don't think that you text the wrong number or something like that. Nah, you're there. It's just that, yeah, I got to get caught up. I'm all jammed up. I'm a one-man show. And I'm doing everything. I'm the maintenance man. I'm the editor, producer, writer. You know, I'm the the person who does I'm the host. I'm all of it, man. So just bear with me. I'm trying to get on my feet, and y'all can help me by supporting my channel in other ways as well, sharing, liking, all of that. And then, of course, I have a fundraiser link below. If you want to support the channel that way, you can. Take a little bit of pressure off my back when it comes down to YouTube suppression and all of that stuff. Now, let's get ready, y'all, because Mucus done popped up on my radar. Dang on it. Now, I'm always aware of where Mucus is and what Mucus is up to. See, you can't just let Mucus flow. If you don't pay attention to Mucus, it will embarrass you. You ever been out and somebody talking to you like a snotty-nosed kid in the cold and all that mucus is running down and you looking at that mess like, oh, man, you don't feel that? You just gonna let it all just go all over. Don't get the mouth, your mouth open. Oh, and I'm not touching it. I'm not that mom, like moms. I've seen moms do that where they just stick their hand all up the kid's nose and come here, baby, let me get you. And I'm going, I'm not touching Mucus. You understand that? As soon as I see Mucus starting to flow, I'm like, get that. Somebody get that. Go get a towel. Go get a hose. Something. We got to get rid of that Mucus. So Mucus done popped back up on the radar and I can't let it go. So here's Mucus right here complaining. Because he's in the hot seat, y'all. He knows that all of these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants coming across the border and breaking records every month, okay? He knows that he can't just overlook it. So he comes out and he tries to do this little PR, little damage control, and misplaced blame. So here we go. Mucus is back.
Let me identify one fundamental problem here, and that is...
There you go. You should start off. Let me identify one fundamental problem here. Mucus. That's the fundamental problem. Don't you go even attempting to misplace that blame, Mucus. I don't want to see you point any fingers. All thumbs, buddy. Yeah, all your fingers need to be taped down so you can only use your thumbs. There you go. So here's Mucus coming out. Try that. Let me misplace the blame and pretend that I am trying to do my job at the best I can and I am being hindered and it is other people who is doing stuff except for me.
The fact that we have one governor in the state of Texas.
That's brilliant. That man, he should have his jersey retired. He should be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's forcing everybody to recognize that Mucus broke the border. And that illegal immigration is not a good thing, like they always saying. It won't hurt the economy. It's not going to be a burden on it. All of those sanctuary cities, all of those Democrats out there saying that by recognizing illegal immigration is a problem, you're a xenophobe. And these people is coming here to add to our economy and stuff like that. Now it seems like all they're doing is taking. There you go. So there's no benefit right about now. Go up to New York and ask them, what's the benefit? I mean, I remember you guys talking about the Statue of Liberty and you know what? We're a melting pot and America was built on this. And these people come here to participate in our economy. No, they come to mooch off our economy. And they definitely mooching off of it right now because they ain't even got jobs. They're hanging out in all kind of joints. Trouble in Chicago, fighting with the locals. All of this mess is going down, and Mucus here wants to misplace the blame. So he wants to talk about one governor that's highlighting his corrupt butt.
Who is refusing to cooperate with other governors and other local officials and coordinate efforts to address a challenge that our country, which this country should stand united.
No, we shouldn't stand united. Nah, man, the country's divided on this issue. See, we got dumb cities and states that they won't get it until those folks show up at the doorstep. I'm sure there are some liberal cities that haven't been impacted like Chicago and like New York. They're still looking from abroad talking about that we have to do something. This is a humanitarian crisis and we just have to ante up. Yeah, they'll say that until the people show up in their cities. You want to convert a whole bunch of cities and states to red? Start shipping all of these illegal immigrants into the areas where they have a big voting base, where you got lots of blacks and Latinos. It'll show them that voting for the Democrats gives you no benefit. They don't care about you. They will shove these folks in your area. And then what are they going to do? Call y'all all xenophobes, racists? See, people might have fell for it the first time when Trump ran Yeah, but now that those folks are in their neighborhoods, I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear nothing about no xenophobia. They're like, man, I don't want to hear that mess. I looked outside, man, and they having a fiesta right outside my kid's school. I don't want that mess. Call me whatever. So here's Mucus talking about everybody got to pitch in. No, we don't have to all pitch in. See, yeah, where was this philosophy when it was confined to the border states? That's my question. Were you talking about we all have to pitch in and help out down in Texas and then we all have to help out? Nope. They were saying, suck it up. Handle it, Abbott. You know, all of you border states, why are y'all whining? Oh, it's because y'all want to keep your state white. They weren't talking about we got to all come together then. But now that it's spread it due to Abbott pushing them out, and not just Abbott. See, these people right now are coming and they're saying, where you want to go? I mean, you're here now. You know, I'm just letting you know off grip. We're not a sanctuary city. Okay, our state is not a sanctuary state. We're not obligated to give you benefits and give you all of these things. But there are some sanctuary cities and states out there in the United States. So here's a list of them. Where would you like to go? And they're going, I'd like to go to the Big Apple. I want to go to out there to Chicago. I want to go to LA. Send me to Seattle. And so he said, sure. Put him on a bus and send him. So here he is wanting Abbott to coordinate. What does that look like? See, because we know what it ain't going to be is, okay, how many are you sending, Abbott? 1,200? Okay, give us a minute to prepare some. No, it's going to make sure that these people aren't going anywhere. They want to keep them in these red states to go ahead eventually water down the redness of the state. That's what it is. They want to turn them bad boys to purple. So sending them to New York does nothing. They're already a liberal state. If anything, it'll make the state want to go red. Sending them to Chicago would mess around and make all of those minorities want to go red. So they have no benefit when it comes down to sending them to liberal states, even though they claim they want to. Even though they were out there talking reckless, man. Somebody said, I heard Britain. Yeah, Britain in the house. Yeah. So anyway, even though they was out there talking reckless, we all knew it. We all saw it. We was there. Up here criticizing folks, weeping and a welling, sent out all of the weepers and wellers and AOC and all of them, the kids and the flag. And you know what? This isn't right. Remember we went down there? We was talking to the Border Patrol. Remember that? All of that mess during those hearings. But now, I think this one governor, we need to coordinate. This should be a group effort. Nope, it shouldn't be. You did this. You brought these people here. Frankly, I think you should be the only one to take care of them all. Period.
To address that our country is facing. And it's a remarkable failure of governance to refuse to cooperate with one's fellow local and state officials.
I think it's brilliant. There you go. See, because pointing out the problem and expecting you guys to address it wasn't working. Yeah, we had to send a message to get your attention. See, that's what happened. It was like, hey, you do realize these people are coming through our border. Wait a minute, am I seeing feds come down here and cut through the barbed wire that we put up? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, so you have no intentions, Mucus, on slowing these people down whatsoever. The little balloons or whatever those things are right out there in the river went out there. Get that mess out there. We wouldn't want to mess around and, get one of these legal immigrants get a scratch on some barbed wire. Yeah, we want to clear the path. There it is. We don't want no obstacles. Get those hurdles out of there. They probably was like, all right, now listen, make sure the grass is cut. We don't want anybody to trip. Make sure all the rocks are picked up because I don't want them to turn an ankle. We don't want anything to slow them down. Okay. All right. Make sure that the wind resistance is perfect so they can get here as quickly as possible. Okay. Yeah. Let's level all of the ground. No hills, nothing. Yeah. We want straight level ground, a plain. So yeah, that's what happened. So now here up here complaining about the Governor Abbott. And I'm saying, That man's a genius. He figured out how to deal with this mess by putting the pressure on you, Mucus. But here he is, the governance of and so we're supposed to say Abbott, the way he's governing Texas, is horrible. But Mucus, the way he's handling the border, is great.
New video from the Mexico border in Arizona shows a steady flow of migrants illegally entering the U.S. through a gap in the border wall.
Coming here for a better life. Coming here for climate change. Now you telling me all these people that are used to nothing but hot, nice sunny weather, all of them are saying this hot, beautiful climate down here in South America is dangerous. So what we're going to do is we're going to come all the way to the United States, end up in Shite Town where it's freezing. They probably look at that as climate change. They're probably like, what the heck? I'm going back down to Guatemala. They got me sleeping in some tent, tried to put me on some toxic waste ground, all of that mess. I'd have been posted up in a dang on police station for about 6 weeks. This ain't cool. So you're telling me then they're leaving all of that wonderful climate down there just to come here for a better climate because, the climate down there, is just bad. It's bad. Or they're leaving because of gang violence and stuff like that. And it's ironic because they have now allowed them to use this as an excuse to apply for asylum. But yet to get here, guess who they had to go through? The drug lords. They had to go straight to these cartels. So you're telling me then they're fleeing because of cartel violence, drug, all that stuff, gang violence and stuff like that, violence. But the people that's bringing you here are the most violent people on the continent and the whole South America area down there. So you're fleeing for gang violence, but what happens if you make one misstep with these cartel members just bring you over here? What happens if you miss a payment? There you go. What happens if your kid falls behind or puts the whole operation in jeopardy because he gets a little tired and can't keep up? We've seen the handiwork of these guys where they would throw a kid right over into the river, leave them out in the desert, smother them because they're in a truck or something and they're starting to cry. You're telling me that these people are fleeing gang violence. Yeah, they're fleeing the cartel. There you go. So it don't look like they're coming here in a respectful way. When we sit back and we call this an invasion, that's what this looks like. They're not coming up to us going, excuse me, I'm running for my life. They're sneaking through a fence.
Last month, Border Patrol reported a record number of migrant encounters, but the White House denies Biden's policies are to blame.
You don't take as an administration or as the head of this department any blame for what we're seeing on the border currently?
Brett, the numbers are historic. The numbers are extraordinary.
But why? But why are they historic, Mucus? I mean, what's the common factor? So if the numbers are historic, why did they become historic on your watch? This is not a good record for you, buddy. Here you are looking down through all the other directors of Homeland Security and stuff, and you're going, okay, it was here. And then it gets to you, and it's whoop, way up there. That's not a good record. See, because the goal is to have a smaller number of people coming across the border. You're breaking records in leaps and bounds. See, so it would be kind of like a teacher. You got all these teachers, and you're saying, okay, kids are, kids. You're going to have some write-ups. You're going to have some detentions. You're going to have some people being sent to the principal here and there. Last month, Anna here sent 5 kids in a whole month to the principal's office. Then you bring in a new teacher. And all of a sudden, she's sending 10 kids a day to the principal's office. And you're going, okay, what's going on here? You can't manage your class. The goal is to manage it there. Okay. The goal is to not send kids to the principal's office unless it's the last situation. And at the end of the month, you're going, all right, we got Ann, she sent 5. And then there is Janet. She sent 75 kids in 1 month to the principal's office. You're going to start to question, can you do your job? What's going on in the classroom? What's the factor? Is it the kids or is it you, Janet? That's the question. You can't keep it together down there? That's the thing. So now, here's Mucus, the broke records and stuff. He talked about the numbers are great, and this has always been a problem. But it's never been a problem like this, Mucus, until you came along.
Ordinarily large. This is something that is not specific to the United States' southern border.
What?
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas also...
No, it is. No, it is. It's specific to the United States border. Yes, it is. Because, see, you, Mucus, have changed all of our immigration laws, I don't know, through executive order or whatever. You just wiped away every obstacle for these people. Nah, forget staying in Mexico. We don't need that. We don't need that mess. Forget applying at the first country you come to. Nah, you don't need that. Forget even trying to sneak at this point. These people are foolish, trying to climb fences and squeeze through when all they got to do now is just walk right up to the Border Patrol agents. Because Mucus made it just that comfortable for him. Excuse me, Mr. Border Patrol. Hey, don't look at me like that, man. Okay, I'm here for a better life. Now, my name is something. I don't need to get into the details, but I want to go somewhere in this country where it's nice and they're paying for everything because Joe Biden told us to search the border. So did Mucus. There it is. So it's unique. When you're sitting back like out there in California is about to do, which is offer all these people benefits, health insurance, just in case you hurt yourself. Just in case you hurt yourself coming over here. Yeah, that right there is unique. So, and stupid.
says it's up to Congress to fix the problem.
Republicans are having to drag Democrats screaming to this deal.
The talks between the White House and the Senate over a solution to the border crisis have dragged on for weeks, and it's unclear when new legislation will come to the floor. On the House side, some Republicans want Mayorkas out, and they're moving forward with an impeachment hearing next week. But others are skeptical.
I think.
So it's up to Congress. See, that's the default. It's up to Congress. Congress needs to act. The immigration reform needs to be. Well, what does that look like? See, because it looked like you reformed it when you got in, Mucus. We had things in place to slow this down and discourage those people. And it looked like you removed all that. You reformed it. So I don't think Congress have the gonads to go ahead and do it like it should be done at this point. At this point, we need to straight up say, hey, look, nobody from nowhere should be coming across our border for nothing. Period. That's our new immigration law. Only way we can get something like that is, number one, get the House and the Senate and get a majority to where the Democrats can't block that mess. And get Trump in and lock this mess down. Come up with some real immigration reform to the point where all the Democrats can do is whine. Sit back. This ain't right. This is racist. And this is xenophobia. And this Trump and his extreme. Shut up. Shut up. Here's what we're doing. We got a new immigration policy. No one comes across our border illegally. Period. I don't want no more hearing about some, I'm here for asylum. For what? For what? Okay. All right. If I catch you coming anywhere across this border, it's going to be some real consequences and some problems. And if you claim you're coming from some country and you want some asylum, your butt needs to come straight up through a point of entry, which it shouldn't be 50 of them. Okay. And when you get there, you better tell us that, hey, I applied for asylum at 4 or 5 other countries and they all rejected me. So here I am. Because see, this would discourage everybody. It takes one man to man. You shouldn't even have a whole bunch of people that would even fit that. So now I probably would be sleeping in a booth somewhere because the people would know if they get to my booth and they give me some bull crap talking about some, I'm here for asylum. Where are you coming from? Guatemala? Get out of here, man. Go on. I mean, what? You just walk right through Mexico? Get on out of here. Once they get wind of that, guess what happens? It stops. And then that leaves all of our Border Patrol agents to catch the ones that still saying, well, we're going to go back to the old ways where we got to sneak across. That's how you solve this mess. Just straight up have a policy with like, look, man, we got a very, very, very strict immigration policy at that border, period. But hey, Democrats like everything loose, vague, like the voting process. We don't really want to tighten it up. We don't want, handwritten ballots. We don't want people to have to come in. Why we got to go ahead and send out? And we want to send out ballots. Can we just collect the whole? They operate like that for a reason. They want things broken so they can continue to make excuses for taking advantage of the system. So, yeah, they'll whine and complain, but I don't care at this point. Let's continue.
Americans demand we hold people accountable. But going down the impeachment route, how does that help us secure the border?
It sends a message, you rhino. I can't stand weak, jelly-back Republicans. How does that send a message? How does that change the border? It sends a message to all of these people who are activists and globalists that get into office, do a piss-poor job, make us vulnerable to all kind of outside threats and mess like that. And then when they're out of office, just walk away right off into the sunset. That right there sends the message that you can't get in there, stink it up, and walk away going, a price need to be paid. And this guy, well, I don't see how that's going to change bring in another one. He starts the same garbage. Get the paperwork again. Let's impeach him. When you have the power as Republicans, they do not wield it properly. So, well, here we go. Back to Mucus and that border.
In the meantime, Texas continues to send migrants to cities like Denver, now struggling to handle the influx of new arrivals.
So we're talking to the White House. We've told them we need more federal aid.
The White House also...
we're talking to the White House. We're telling them we need more federal aid. Yeah, wait a minute. Aren't you a sanctuary city? Yeah. You know what? I'm sure all the states need more federal aid to take care of our veterans, to take care of our homeless, all of that. But instead, we need more federal aid because, we brought in all these illegal immigrants. This is unreal, man.
Says Republicans are standing in the way to fix the border problem because they have not approved Biden's $13 billion request.
Y'all hear that? It's the Republicans' fault. We standing in the way because we ain't approved his $13 billion request for what?
Border-related employees.
More employees. Now, what kind of employees do you think he's trying to bring in? See, that's why we haven't approved that mess. See, they just say that vaguely. They don't want to talk about the details in that budget. They don't talk about what the money is for. See, we want $13 billion for what? To finish the wall, to patch up those holes that we saw them people coming. No? Okay. Let me see, have more Border Patrol agents lined up across the border, making sure nobody come. No, that's not what for. No. How about drones? This over there and they're saying, hey, listen up. We're going to give you a verbal warning. Then we're going to go ahead and start firing some stuff down here at you because you can't just keep coming up to our border like this. Nothing like that. We're not talking about that. We don't have RoboCop down there. Stop. Right now. Freeze. We don't have that. So what do you want the money for? That we were hoping to get more judges to process them quicker, and we want more beds, and we want more food, and then we would like to have more. That's what you want. You want more workers down there so you can get more immigrants in here. That's what you want the money for. No. Yeah, I say no to that. Yeah, I'll sit on that $13 billion forever. Like Scrooge McDuck, just sitting on top of it, laying on it, arms spread out like nobody's getting this, okay? Until we use this properly. But you know how Democrats are. Give us more money to help us with our corruption and our plans, our diabolical schemes.
But Republicans want immigration laws strengthened before approving any funding.
Absolutely.
It is my testimony that the border is secure, and we are working every day, day and night.
Alejandro.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. So now we have to have Marge Taylor Greene come out and reveal what should be happening to Mucus.
Nicholas Mayorkas, in his failure to uphold the oath he took, has, by his actions, lost the trust of the citizens of the United States to faithfully execute the laws of the United States.
And how?
Wherefore, Alejandro Nicholas Mayorkas thus warrants impeachment and trial, removal from office, and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States.
Woo, March. That gives me the willies thinking about it. Oh, what a day it would be if Mucus got wiped away. See, we've been watching this Mucus drain and flow for 3 years now. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to see it no more. I want Mucus gone, man. Wipe his butt, blow him into some tissue and flush him down the toilet. Because that man stinks. He's horrible. And he's still out there. The border is secure. We are taking it to the cartel. And it is Congress's job to act. And you know what? All of that mess. I'm done with Mucus. Absolutely done with it. Nobody likes Mucus. So there you go. Mucus is back on the scene. And it looks like they are, once again, trying to impeach him. We'll see. We'll see. I don't have very much faith. I don't even know what's going on with the impeachment of Joe Biden. I mean, it seems like we just start and then put out of gas all the time. We don't. I don't know what's going on. So now, not only is Mucus lying about that border being secure, but look what else Mucus got caught lying about. Now, see, we all know he's lying. We all know he's lying during this right here. But maybe the people who's watching him on this network don't know he's lying. They probably think he's telling the truth. But we know that this is a big fat lie. Check it out.
There's a lot of questions about President Biden and his ability to serve in a second term. You see him up close, face to face. What say you? Is he up for a second term?
What could I say? I know if I gave the wrong answer.
Oh, Chuck, 100%. Incredibly sharp, incredibly probing, incredible command of the details, probing on the details, asking tough questions.
Think about what you'd think about at the time.
Absolutely. I'm incredibly proud to serve in his administration. I am incredibly proud of the work that we have done across the board.
You have full confidence he can serve a second term?
100%.
So I lied.
We all know that was a lie. Did you see them eyes get big? Them saucers. Soon as he asked them that, Mucus was like, oh, shoot. Okay, come on, Mucus, you can do this. You've been lying for years. You've been lying about the border and lying about us taking it to the cartel, but this one is the biggest lie I've ever told. So let me get my game face on. Of course, he is the best and he's the most smartest, and he is every single thing he said about Biden was a lie. And he overkilled it, which made me say, yeah, that dude's making it up as he goes. He is saying all kind of stuff about his boss that he knows is not true. But the great thing about it is this initial deer in the headlights look. Let's see it again.
What could I say? I knew if I gave the wrong answer.
Oh, Chuck, 100%. Incredibly sharp, incredibly probing.
Man, that dude right there, he's like, you know how I'm going to answer this question? I'm going to think about Joe Biden and say the opposite of everything I'm witnessing. This is the only way I can drop this lie out there. Okay, Joe Biden does never ask questions because he doesn't know what's going on. He asks a lot of questions. Joe Biden is not very sharp. He's very dull. He's very sharp. And all he's doing is reversing everything he knows about Joe Biden.
Incredible command.
He's very weak, and everybody is taking advantage of him. Incredible, the man. What else? His butt's been wiped. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Let's continue.
Of the details.
He never pays attention to details. He's always getting lost. He pays a close attention to details. That is how he's preparing these lies right here. He's just going, let me think
Probing on
about
the details, asking tough questions.
Think about what you'd think about
There you go.
at the time.
Absolutely. I'm incredibly proud to serve.
I cannot stand working for this dummy. He's nothing more than a puppet, and I can't wait until this is all over so I can go back to doing whatever garbage I was doing. And he's talking about incredibly proud to be working for him.
Serve in his administration. I am incredibly proud of the work that we have done across the board.
You're full confidence he can serve as second term.
100%.
So I lied.
Oh, did he lie? Did he lie? Anyway, boy, Mucus, man. Never get tired of Mucus. He's good for a laugh. That's all. Other than that, he got to go. Okay, I like laughing at Mucus and cutting on him and exposing him. That's it. But guys, we got another person to expose, man. Somebody with food and Trump on the mind. Now, you know right now, when it comes down to food, you know who I'm probably bringing up right now. Christie, y'all always on it, man. One step ahead of me. Yeah, Krispy Kreme is out there talking reckless. So his friend, Nikki Haley, had the nerve to call out Crispy because he mentioned something about her and Trump, on the mind or something like that. So she reversed it on him, and he came out and said, "No, that ain't true. I ain't got Trump on the brain." Well, let's see.
Chris is obsessed with Trump. I mean, God bless him. He's a friend. He's obsessed with Trump. He sleeps, eats, and breathes it every day.
Chris is only talking about Trump. That's it. He's kind of a one-man show, and I know he says he wants to stay in the race to speak the truth about Trump, but that translating to votes in a primary is a very different thing.
And for Chris,
tell him, Chris, come on out here, Jabba, and tell them that's bullcrap. You think I'm here just to talk about Trump? I'm here to talk about my policies, baby. How I would make America better. Okay, I don't know where y'all getting this mess from.
Sununu to say I'm obsessed with Donald Trump. The fact that Donald Trump is not going to do a town hall on Fox News, 5 minutes bringing up Donald Trump from Donald Trump, and said that Trump belonged in a mental institution. Someone's got to be one-on-one against Trump, but they actually have to be against Trump, primaried by someone who would have Donald Trump's endorsement. Would you take the vice presidential nomination from Donald Trump, offend any people who are supporting Donald Trump right now? That's not.
Wait, Jabba. You're not destroying this narrative that all you do is talk about Trump. That you suffer from Trumpism. You got that TDS, man. So he starts off talking about, man, these people ain't talking about all I do is talk about Trump. Man, I always talk about Trump. Trump ain't nothing to me, man. I hate Trump. Trump is the word, man. Let me tell you how about Trump. Trump is. So this guy right here is going down the Trump train right now, and he's talking about some, I don't talk about Trump all the time. So we're at 10 times in one interview. Let's see.
Not the formula for beating Donald Trump in 2024,
11.
other than me, who have been willing to take on Donald Trump and tell the truth
12.
about him. And Trump complained for weeks.
13.
What I'm also confident of is that Donald Trump, I would rather have the voters make the decision to kick Donald Trump out. Very clear
15.
that they're against Donald Trump. And everyone 15. Is a long shot in this race, but Donald Trump on the Republican
17.
side.
Chris Christie, there's another beauty. Trump derangement syndrome. He's got a major case of, what are you going to do for the country? I don't like Donald Trump. I
mean, can you imagine being a person who has driven like so many weak-minded people insane, where now a whole medical condition has derived from you? You've triggered that many knuckleheads out there where they done came up with a whole medical diagnosis. You're suffering from TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Trump got that much power over that big fat beach whale, Crispy, where all he's doing, Trump. And see, we all know that that's his whole goal and objective in this whole campaign, because he's the spoiler. I mean, he wouldn't have been on MSNBC. We saw him. He was sitting there with Mika. Why would he be on there if he wasn't there to talk about who? Trump. You think they're going to let that man sit there and talk about anything but Trump? That's why they brought him on there, to talk about Trump. Because guess what? They do it all day, every day. Trump. Hey, you know what? Trump, he's going to kill everybody. Trump is the word. Trump. Hey, Crispy, come on over. You want to talk about Trump? We're having a Trump bashing party. Well, I'm on it. I'm coming over there. Let's bash some Trump. That's the only reason he's even on that show. Yeah, he's talking about, I don't talk about Trump all the time.
So, you know why he doesn't like me? Because I never gave him a job. That's why
Yeah,
they like
big boy.
Anybody thinks I'm getting out of this race, they're crazy.
What?
I haven't lost anything yet.
You haven't?
And fact is, I've qualified for every debate that was a national debate.
Oh, really?
I've qualified for both of the New Hampshire debates that'll be coming up in the week between Iowa and New Hampshire.
Okay.
I've done.
First of all, what is that on his lip? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Is that some leftover Krispy Kreme? What is that mess on there? Would you get that? Somebody go get. That's all I'll be able to focus on if I was sitting on a set. I'd be looking at that mug like, what is that thing right there? Is it going to shoot off at me? I don't know what it is. Can he lick it or something? Or you don't feel that there? Just trying to give him some hints. Hey, Crispy, you got it on. He don't care. Oh, I was going to eat that. I'm saving it for later. Let's continue. Good grief.
Met every mark that you needed to make that have been artificially set either by the RNC
I can't not see
or by
it.
some of the networks.
Wait, what's this? Christie doesn't qualify for Iowa debate. Wow, he just said, I'm not going anywhere. I qualified for everything except for this Iowa debate. Why don't he just get out of here? Why don't he just go somewhere and sit down? No, we don't want that because he might destroy whatever he's sitting on. Now, let's get to one more hater before we get to some craziness in another category. So who's this hater? Who is this hater? One of my favorite people to laugh at, and that is Adam Kinzinger. Yeah, this dude had the nerve to come out hating on Trump because Trump threw a party for the New Year's. So let's see what he had to say about Trump. Vanilla Ice Teen Mutant Turtles rock out at Trump New Year's Eve party at Mar-a-Lago. They kicking it. Yeah.
Good Lord. He has to have his praise cup filled daily because he has no self-esteem, is a whiner and a victim in his own mind.
What?
What a weak man. And
now you think Trump's sitting around thinking about Adam Kinzinger? You think he's on his mind? No. This man suffers from TDS too. He's a rhino. He's a rhino. So that man right there, instead of enjoying himself and doing whatever his raggedy butt does on the first of the year, why are you snooping around and seeing what Trump's doing? You think Trump's wondering what Adam Kinzinger is doing? No. So here he is. Oh, God. Trump's over there having too much fun and having a look at him. Let me see if I can say some bad things about him, okay? Because I got to hate on him. I have to do that. It's in my contract. To look at him. He's so here is his assessment, his psychoanalyzation of Trump. And he's saying it's all about ego. Yeah.
what a movement of sheep.
What a movement of sheep. He's saying all of those people up in there having a good time. See, and this is the difference between conservatives and liberals. Liberals can't have a good time. They can't. They can't go to comedy shows and just laugh. They can't relax. They're always looking for problems. They're always feeling like they're victims. They're always saying these people are insensitive. These people are... They can't meme. They're the most miserable people on the planet. When I was younger, I didn't realize. I didn't know really. But first of all, it wasn't like this when I was younger. You know, when it came down to Democrats, Republicans, or should I say conservatives. Like, we had an image that just the term conservative or Republican probably meant that, you know, you're sticking, you know, you got to stick up your butt. You don't have fun. You can't relax, you know, all of that mess. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, we love it. We can laugh, we can joke. You know, we just like live and let live, man. Just don't violate my rights and stuff. But then you get these people. Now I'm sitting back going, boy, I wouldn't invite y'all to nothing. I mean, I used to have an ideal in my head. Liberal means let it all out and have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Live and let live. Whatever, man. Yeah, kick it. Now I look at liberalism like, ooh, man, y'all are tight. Always looking around, arms crossed, look at them. Man, I learned that real quick. I'm out here at a salsa party one time, standing next to this young girl, and at the salsa dancing, and it was a group of college students that obviously could not salsa dance. They came out there, never took a lesson, and they're taking like they are doing whatever their body. It's one of those things where you watch some person that can't dance, and you just are fascinated because you're going, they ain't even trying to dance on the beat. What are they hearing in their heads? They're just letting their body do stuff. So they all have to just letting the body do stuff. Arms swelling, drinking, staggering, bumping into people. So I'm chuckling, and I'm like, man, look at these people. They're horrible. And the person looks at me. So what are you saying? They can't have a good time? They're not welcome to. I'm like, okay. All right, time to get away from you. I mean, because anybody else that sees this would be busting a gut at it. But here I am. Oh, look at this. You see how they dancing? This is hilarious. You know what? These people are people too. I mean, they should be entitled to come out. I'm going to go over here and stand right here. There you go. Nobody wants to be around you if we can't bust a gut here and there. Okay? It's all love afterwards. I might talk about Chris Christie being big, but I know a lot of big people. Love them. Come here, bring it in. I know skinny people, all of that stuff. Everybody, you get cut on. But you can't do that with liberals. These people are hypersensitive. So here is Adam Kinzinger hating on Trump. What a weak man. That is an odd choice of words for him.
Weak man.
Hey. The nerve.
All right, listen.
The absolute nerve.
Let's go back in time.
I never expected a day to be quite as emotional for me as it has been. I've talked to a number of you and gotten to know you.
Wait a minute. This was during the trial, y'all. Oh. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Kinzinger, he didn't come with his... There you go. There. Wait, you gotta get ready. Ah, yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, because none of them came with real tears. See, they all had to go. You don't see nothing coming down. Even when they had all of those fake officers out there, it was a lot of snorting, but no tears. Well, scared for my life. They looked at me and they said, look here, boy, you shouldn't be here. All I heard was snorts. But I saw no tears, just like this bum.
I think it's important to tell you right now, though, you guys may individually feel a little broken. You guys all talk about the effects you have to deal with, and you talk about the impact of that day.
Now it's all quiet for his performance, and I would ruin it all. You would hear me in the back like, this guy's hilarious. Look at them. Yeah, look at the crybaby, everybody. What? Don't look at me like this. He is a crybaby. Kevin, stop it. No, I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to act like this guy's serious. I would ruin his whole performance. Let's finish hearing it.
But you guys won.
You won.
You guys held. Democracies are not defined.
Y'all hear him go up in a little bit of a Kermit the Frog? Democracies are not defined, Miss Piggy. Yeah, he is putting it on thick. Cry, baby, cry.
By our bad days. We're defined by how we come back from bad days.
Baghdad.
But you guys won.
You won.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
There you go. Yes, that's it.
What a weak man.
Wait.
Best performance.
Goes to who?
Winner.
Adam Kinzinger.
There you go. He earned that. There you go. Adam Kinzinger. Boy, that was a performance for the ages. But you guys won. Not one tear rolled down his face. And here he is calling Trump a weak man. Boy, that guy got a lot of nerve. I mean, as much as Trump done went through and is going through and continues to move forward, and this fool, this weak sellout, jelly back spine rhino got the nerve to call Trump a weak man. Boy, I'm so glad he's out of office. He sucks. Now, check it out, guys. we had something happen that was definitely, historical. We have some very liberal, progressive college, I guess, presidents had to step down. Yeah, they went up there on the Capitol and had to do some things, which is to testify about what was going on the campuses in regards to Hamas and attack on Israel and Palestine and stuff like that. So the first one stepped down. I think Penn State, something like that. And now recently, guys, something happened that is historical. A black lady, I guess, first black lady president of Harvard, stepped down after weeks and weeks of pressure. So, of course, we can't have that now, can we? There got to be a reason why she stepped down. Yeah, it's not what she said. It's not any of that stuff. You know what it's from. It's because she's black and she's a woman. So here is an example of dollars over DEI. All right. Diversity, equity, and inclusion takes second place to the mighty dollar. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
We embrace a commitment to free expression, even of views that are objectionable, offensive, hateful. It's when that speech crosses into conduct that violates our policies against bullying, harassment.
Now, see, I might believe you, lady, if you would have been saying this stuff in all of these colleges, if y'all would have had this stance during all the years that conservatives were coming to your campuses and y'all had safe spaces and y'all would let the students shut them down and, all of that, and you was talking about hate speech, I might believe you in this statement if you stood by that throughout the whole time. But now all of a sudden you want to tout freedom of speech and it's only when it goes beyond words. But prior to this, where was all of that? We're about to find out where Harvard landed in regards to free speech. See, because they're looked at like as the worst, allowing freedom of speech on their campuses. But now all of a sudden she's talking about, oh yeah, we support freedom of speech. See,
speech not cross that barrier? Does that speech not call for the genocide of Jews and the elimination of Israel?
When
you testify that you understand that is the definition of intifada. Is that speech according to the code of conduct or not?
We embrace a commitment to free expression and give a wide berth to free expression, even of views that are objectionable.
You and I both know that's not the case. You were aware that Harvard ranked dead last when it came to free speech. Are you not aware of that report?
Oh, she went up there. Didn't maybe do her homework. You couldn't see that coming, lady? I mean, you didn't look at that report? So they were ranked dead last. Now, understand, guys, for years when Trump was in office, we watched college after college shut down freedom of speech. Yep, they would, we'll invite you, we'll let you come. Oh, well, we got to shut it down. You're too controversial, or you're a conservative, or whatever. Or they would simply just allow a whole bunch of radical students to go in there and shut it down. They had to usher out people. They were not very tolerable to freedom of speech. And Harvard ranked dead last, but now all of a sudden, y'all, she trying to juggle. She trying to not offend the precious anti-Israeli students on campus. But what she doesn't realize is that she's offending a group of people who got deep pockets. Deep pockets. Folks that support Israel, some are Jews and some just support Israel, are donating to that campus. And when they saw this, all of a sudden, all of the freedom of speech and the DEI and stuff that they overlooked, when something popped up on these rich donors' radar that offended them, they said, okay, we're taking big time money. I think they lost like $1 billion in donations, and now she has to step down. Now, here's a perfect example of selective support of this whole diversity, equity, and inclusion thing. These same donors were given to the university knowing that they was pushing all this other garbage, knowing that they was doing all of this stuff. But now you see that, whoa, we really didn't believe in all of that completely 100%. See, we believe it up to the point where it offends us or something we value. At that moment, we will show you what trumps all of your issues, what trumps all of your, this right here is a crisis, this right here is a injustice, this right here is important that we fight against this stuff. The dollar trumps it all. They're like, yeah, that sounds good. It makes me feel good to know you're fighting against stuff that doesn't bother me, that doesn't impact me. Here's money, fight on. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, hold up. Y'all letting these kids run around and they're, anti-Semitic? And now all of a sudden you're trying to talk about something. Well, now we are free speech. You know what? I need you to take a stance. I need you to take a stance against this one. You don't sound too convinced. You don't sound too adamant about this. So now all of that tolerance, it means nothing to me. Give me my billions back. And I guess the Harvard board came in and said, listen, we know you're black. We know you're a woman and it looked good on paper. We like the perception of diversity and inclusion, but some people with deep pockets trumped all of that. There it is. Trumped it all. So we got to cut you loose. And we got some media people, they don't like it.
As I observed earlier, I reject that characterization.
If the data shows it's true.
I do want to just pivot to another thing.
So the data shows it's true, but I reject that. Sound like mucus. No, well, you know what? All these people are coming across. It looks like you're not even trying to stop them. I reject that character. No, how can you? The data's there. So now, here comes Big Face. Come on out here, Joyless. And of course, this lady didn't get fired for what she said or none of that stuff. No, it's because what? She's black.
Because there's another thing happening, Jelani. There is this sort of open war on Black progress, Black history. Claudine Gay, the president of Harvard University, at least up until she resigned.
An open war on Black history, Black progress. See, this is when you're woke beyond repair. That's what it is. See, when it comes down to the left, they will defend their ideology, their victimization, their people that they have elevated to a status and say you're a social justice warrior. They will defend them regardless, because the whole idea of victimization is more important than individual choices that gets people in trouble. So no matter what these people do, it's not because you are a jerk or you said this or you did this. The overall argument is not because of their choices. It's because they're black. It's because they're gay. It's because whatever. So now all of a sudden, there's this mysterious group of people out here that's trying to stop Black progress. Just make it up as you go, Big Face. That's what you're doing? And you call this journalism?
Is now the latest casualty of that. Christopher Rufo, who is out there touting and high-fiving and claiming the scalp of Claudine Gay.
Claiming the scalp of Claudine Gay. Now, see, Big Face got to be careful. She got to be careful. These people who's coming out defending her, they better make sure that they stay focused on her. Because if they slide off of that and start focusing on what she said and saying what she said was legit, she will find herself in the same position as Claudine. Big people with big money who run these networks, run these college campuses, got big donor dollars and all that stuff. If Big Face gets a little too close to the sun, she'll find she becomes a victim too. MSNBC won't save her just because she's their designated race baiter. If she mess around and offend the wrong group of rich liberals who donate or support that network, they will be like, Big Face, come in my office, please. All right, take the makeup off. We put that on your face. Give it back to us. Rip that mask off her face. Rip that big fat wig off her head and say, you're terminated. But I'm black and I'm a woman. But you said something that ticked off the wrong people. But these are the same people that supports our cause, right? Oh, only to an extent. Only to an extent. Because money trumps DEI. That's what it is.
Telegraphed that this was what they were going to do, that they were going to associate these DEI professors of colleges with BLM. And
no, you don't have to associate them with them. It's a fact. I mean, they allow BLM all over the campuses until they got in trouble. They supported that crap, and they're not the only ones. Big industries, big companies, Coca-Cola, all of them was pulling it down once BLM came out and posted that stuff about Israel. And all of a sudden, mysteriously, they start taking their stuff off on the internet and stuff like, They flew too close to the sun. So here this lady, they're going to try to link them to DEI. You don't have to try. It's obvious that's what college campus is about. But once again, here she is trying to make it seem like it's a deep conspiracy, and they're using all of this to get rid of a black woman.
Decolonization and Hamas in the public mind and get rid of them. He's now claiming victory. He telegraphed that this was the campaign. Why are these elite colleges capitulating to it and essentially making it so uncomfortable for these women leaders that they have to step down to be replaced by white men?
Oh, she's the worst. She is the worst. She's dumpster juice. And that's offensive to dumpster juice. She got the nerve to say why. They targeted her. So let me understand. If there were male professors up there that went up there and gave the same testimony, they'd be like, let him be. He's a man. Yeah, men don't get punished for stuff like that. So nobody was after this chick until she got up there and said what she said. She would have been fine. So if they really wanted to target her, they would have been targeting her prior to what she said. Secondly, that guy who is doing whatever, he's not the guy who made the ultimate decision. You know what made them get rid of her big face? Is the donors. The people that got the big time money. All those people did is watch what she said. And of course, they like, yeah, that is messed up. I don't like what she said. We're taking our money. And that's what got her fired. So how about you, big face, go and complain to those people? How about you go to Harvard and say, you mean to tell me money was more important than this black woman? You mean to tell me $1 billion is that important to you guys that you would fire a black one? This is historic. It's historic. Yeah, and see what Harvard say. They say, you get your big black face out of here too, okay? We'll fire you, and you don't even work for us. We'll fire you. The money talks and DEI walks, period. But here she is talking about replacing with white men. How does she even have a job?
Because that is the goal of Christopher Rufo and his gang.
The thing that really disturbs me is the unrelenting campaign from the right and from some conservative activists to slam.
We're not the ones that got her booted. We're not the ones. We might have been talking about it, but it's the same donors who's been donating to these colleges year after year, money after money, and they don't care nothing about conservatives and all of that stuff. They tolerated all of these social justice issues that these colleges were pushing. They know that these kids are being indoctrinated, and they still gave their money. The problem is they tolerated the wrong group of victims, and that's what got them in trouble. So the donors didn't change. What happened is these people did something that made those big time donors say, that right there is unacceptable. And these folks didn't come out and condemn it the right way. So now we're pulling our money. That's right. And then that's what got these people fired. But here she is trying to add in conservatives. We didn't do that mess. Now, I don't know who all poured their dollars, but the fact that you're donating to Harvard like that, you're tolerating their agenda. So I question if these were very, liberal donors. So what is she talking about? But she's going to make it up because everything is the Republicans and the far right and the extremists and stuff.
Slander, discredit, and ultimately, I guess, somebody used the phrase, we've claimed a scalp, I think, on social media, to essentially unseat gay and other presidents as well. This is really an attack on academic freedom.
An attack on academic freedom. And claim the scalp of Miss Gay and other. But see, they didn't raise no sand until Miss Gay got fired, okay? Because when the white lady resigned a couple weeks back, the rest of, Harvard tried to hang on to her. She probably would have been gone right after the testimony at the Capitol. But they're like, darn, this is going to look bad. All right, let's just see if this will blow over. Let's see the reaction first. Let's see if it dies down, okay? Because it's going to look real bad if we have to fire a black woman. To what? It's not dying down? What do you mean the donors are pulling out? Oh, God. Miss Gay, could you come in here for a moment? But here she is talking about, now I want to see her run to the defense of the white woman. That's what I want to know. So we're just now hearing about it after the black woman's fired.
An attack on people who are pluralists and believe that you should bring people from all over the world together of diverse backgrounds, and that you actually have more scholarly rigor and more value can be brought by having people from different backgrounds. This is an attack on diversity. This is an attack on multiculturalism. And I think
it's an attack on what she said. This is the typical liberal activist Marxist conflict response. All of that round and round that mulberry bush. Yeah, man, it's an attack on diversity. It's an attack on the ozone layer. It's an attack on the polar bears and the ice that's melting. This is an attack on the star, the moon, the sun. This is an attack on, but it ain't an attack on what she actually said. So now here this woman is making stuff up, and she better be careful, because if she mess around and support, this, you don't know who's donating to MSNBC, who got a hand in MSNBC. I mean, we're about to find out an example of them getting rid of a black man who worked for MSNBC. I might have been CNN, because he said the wrong thing. Yeah, see, so she better be careful. All of these people better be careful. So watch this.
I think that's why these presidents are under attack. That's why Pouting Gay was under attack. The fact that she's a black woman and the first person who is a black American to lead Harvard only added to their thirst to dethrone her. I think the gotcha.
This is unreal. It's sad that we are in 2023 and people on TV is really saying this kind of bullshiggity. Of course, it's a thirst. It's white nationalists. It's people who don't want diversity. People who hates women. People that that's what they see the lane. I mean, that's their cover. They run for all these people. When I let somebody have it, I let them have it because of what they said or done. It's very simple. This isn't complex. This isn't some conspiracy. This isn't some vendetta. This isn't some, mission that I'm sitting back on. Actually, when I get on Christie, I secretly despise people that have suffered from obesity. There it is. I want to rid the planet of them all. It's Christie. Okay, I don't cut on other heavy-set people. I'm letting him have it. When I get on Joe Biden and cut on him, I have nothing against old people that's suffering from dementia. It's Joe Biden. That's why he's getting it. The things he say and the things that he does. But these people, they can never let you just say, what are you talking about? I don't hate these people because of this. I'm just seeing it for what it is. But here we go. Another one.
Mentality, though, is in fact the point. Let's just be very clear. The testimony from the president's horrific. So they
at least we got one
horrific. It was absolutely terrible. They answered a human question with an academic answer that they were prepped by their universities, quite frankly, to give. So that's
now she's about to ruin it.
Firms, okay?
staff work.
Terrible staff work, okay, across the board. But on top of that, what happened in the aftermath of that, particularly as it relates to Dr. Gay, the calls came and said she was terrible in this hearing and she's unqualified.
Hey.
In 387 years, only 2 women have been president of Harvard University. The first woman was before Claudine Gay. Only 1 black woman has been president. And that black woman now, 6 months after, has resigned from her job because, and look at the statement, it's in the best interest of Harvard to resign so the community can navigate with focus on the institution rather than an individual.
Yeah. And the best interest mean $1 billion in donations. Yeah, that right there trumps her blackness. These folks are getting wake-up calls. All of these, power to the people, soul brothers, soul sisters, they don't understand the money talks and all the DEI walks. They will tolerate your cause up to the point where your cause bumps heads with something that they value. Then all of a sudden, they're not receptive to just the fact that, well, look, with the exception of this one issue, you supported me fighting for transgender rights. You supported me fighting for, and they're like, but that stuff didn't matter to me. That allowed me to virtue signal, or I was just innocuous to it. I'm like, yeah, I don't care about that stuff. Here, take the money. Yeah, do stuff. Make you feel like you're contributing. But soon as it barks up the wrong tree, now all of a sudden you realize that even those supporters, those rich folks, they really don't support this garbage like these folks think they do. These folks are on a tight leash and they don't even realize it. But when you condition them to think that they look at everything as a victim, everybody is a victim and everybody is oppressed, that means I can jump on board with anything, long as the other group looks or appears to be a victim. They don't even consider that I might offend a whole nother group of people who sees things differently. So they assumed that, yeah, I could jump on board with Hamas and what happened to Israel and all that stuff and got a wake-up call. That's when heads started to roll. So here she is now, of course, it's not because of what the lady said, it's because she's black and it's and the lady did plagiarize her work from a black woman. But yeah, she's still qualified.
Harvard decided that it was unable to continue to weather the storm. And while I don't think the culture wars, frankly, that play out on campuses across the country will eventually have the biggest effect in general come 2024, what will have an effect, as Doug said, is how Jewish students feel on college campuses, how Arab American students feel on college campuses, and how every black professional in America can turn on their television today, see this news about Dr. Claudine Gay, and all have the same reaction. It looks as though she was targeted.
And then 5.
Boy, I tell you, man, they are hilarious. It looks like she was targeted. What about the white lady that resigned about 2 or 3 weeks ago? Where was the group meeting and talking about her? It looks like she was targeted. How do you explain that? That's my question. The white lady gets fired. She's not targeted. No, we didn't even cover that. Black lady gets fired. It's obviously because she was targeted. She's black and they don't want diversity. That's what it is. Has nothing to do with what she said. In fact, they let her stay on way longer than the other lady. Probably because she was black. They probably were figuring out how can we do this and it not look like, because we done conditioned a large part of society to think that anything that happens to a black person is because they're black. So now we got to juggle this. We created this mess. We created this environment. We created this expectation. And now we got to juggle it because we got to terminate a black woman. But here's an example of somebody who flew too close to the sun in the media, and look at his butt. Look what happened to him.
You for speech they deemed anti-Semitic. Why? Yeah, I don't know. They still haven't told me that. They never told me it was anti-Semitic, and it wasn't anti-Semitic.
Well, for people that don't know, what did you say that allegedly got you fired?
We have an opportunity to not just offer solidarity in words, but to commit to political action, local action, and international action that will give us what justice requires. And that is a free Palestine.
Ooh.
I gave a speech at the United Nations. It wasn't like I had like a one-liner. It was a 22-minute speech where I laid out a criticism of the Israeli government.
Oh.
After you came from Palestine.
After I came from Palestine, I got off the plane, went straight there. And after I gave that interview, there was some pushback. Some people were criticizing me.
Come in my office. That's what happened. Come into the office, Lamont. Come on, Monty. See, because you thought it's okay to go ahead and jump on board with any group of people that cry, we're the victim. Any group of people you deem oppressed. This man doesn't probably know all of the history and the ins and outs of what's going on in Palestine and Israel. He probably doesn't know the history behind all of this. He just saw these folks are oppressed, they're victim, and I'm not even going to think it through. I'm going to go out there and just say, yeah, a free Palestine. Doesn't even realize what that might look like. How Israel and people who support Israel might interpret that. When you say a free Palestine, that also might just mean the destruction of Israel. When you're talking about a free Palestine, that means what? Do we give up our land? Do we get displaced? There's a whole bunch of stuff. But see, he just threw it out there. Just like we saw a whole bunch of folks running around our country who have no idea about the history behind those two countries, how it got to where it is, what are the intentions of Hamas, how are they involved in this, who else are involved in this, where's Iran in this, where's all of this stuff. But you get out there and you say, what, somebody's a victim, they're oppressed, I'm on it. You jump on it and then you get a reality check. See, your DEI only goes so far. When you piss off the wrong people, money talks and bullcrap walks, and that's why Lamont is sitting his butt in some other chair right now. They had to let him go. And now we're going to close with a masterclass on how to deal with these race baiters out there that we just watched. Everything revolves around race. Yep, not our own choices. It's race, everything. So my man Vivek had a little exchange here with a reporter, and the reporter did what? They only do this to conservatives. Watch this.
White supremacy and white nationalism.
White supremacy and white nationalism. When is the last time you saw reporters go up to Hillary Clinton? Do you condemn white supremacy and white nationalism? When's the last time you saw them go up to Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or any Democrat and ask them out there, do you condemn white nationalism? And this is the weapon of choice to target conservatives because they know the conservatives don't want to play this stupid game. We know it's a tool. But by asking the question, you're either going to force them to capitulate to this bootleg tactic. Oh, yes, I do. Absolutely. Anything that resembles it, I don't want it. Or they say, come on, man. Y'all are inflating this. This is y'all making this to be a big thing, and it's not. And then what do? Then you must love it. You must love it. You didn't condemn white nationalism. So now we can label another one a racist and a white nationalist, okay? Yeah, see, this is how they want to trap them into being labeled white nationalists, racist, because you're not quick to condemn. They never come out and ask Democrats to condemn anything. They weren't throwing a mic in their face during the summer of love saying, excuse me, Ms. Kamala Harris, do you condemn all of the riots and stuff in Seattle? Do you condemn all the attacks on the police? Do you condemn them trying to burn down the buildings with police officers in it? Do you condemn that? They never do that. They only come up to conservatives. Do you condemn? They want them to condemn all the time. And he handles this brilliantly.
Who are you with?
That's how I feel.
Post. All right, so
that's how I feel. When you hear stupid questions like this in 2023, it's so bad that you just go, you know what? Here we go. Who are you again? What are you talking about? It almost ticks me off, man, because to hear racism repeatedly brought up over and over again, when you don't even see it in real life, and you go, wow, y'all are just brainwashing the heck out of millions of people to think this is a huge problem. Suspicions amongst blacks and whites now, looking at each other. Cop pull you over and you assume, it's because I'm black. These people have created these conditions.
Potato, potato. Okay. Of course, I condemn any form of vicious racial discrimination in this country. But I think that the presumption of your question is fundamentally based on a falsehood that really is the main form of racial discrimination we see in this country today. Institutionalized racism is institutionalized racial discrimination that we see that doesn't come from somehow discriminating against people on the basis of some tenet of white supremacy. It's based on affirmative action.
She wasn't ready for that one. Now he done got himself in some hot water. Now, man, I tell you, I will say, Vivek handles the media amazingly. He broke her butt down with that. I said, look, man, look. From the premise you're trying to say that white supremacy and white nationalism exists, I'm still, like, from my perspective, I'm still trying to attend a white nationalist meeting, y'all. Okay, I'm willing to put my life in danger to go undercover to listen in on the Grand Poobah's white nationalist meeting somewhere. I could probably find it in the Democrat Party. If I go to the DNC convention, that would be me going undercover to a white, nationalist convention. See, because those are the most racist folks up in that bad boy. Race baiting all over the place. But nonetheless, I'm talking about the ones they claim are saturating America. I'm looking for them. I really want to find them. I'm looking for all of these attacks on black folks by groups of white people who are attacking them just because they're black. I'm looking for this. Because if I find it, I would be down with the cause, man. You'll find me say, let me get the man truck out. Let's go. Let's go. But it's not happening. But this person right here feels it's such a big issue that she got to bring it up and ask him about it. Are you willing to condemn white nationalism and white, when really the institutional racism and all of that is this whole DEI, this whole, everybody gets hired because they're black, and you Chinese people right here can't get into college, all of this stuff. So let's finish hearing him destroy her.
It's based on actually discriminating against people on the color of their skin in a way that's actually institutionalized today. Was there a point in our history, at points in our prior national history, where there have been vicious forms of anti-black or anti-brown discrimination throughout this country after the Civil War and otherwise? Yes. But you're looking in the rearview mirror and using that to pose a question today that is so far removed from what the reality is in America today. This myth of white supremacy, the closest you can find is Jussie Smollett, where you all were actually, speaking of trust in the media, jumping up and down over some false narrative. The best way you're able to find your best instance of white supremacy.
And that right there should tell it all. There it is. See, so yeah, there was a time where we might have needed affirmative action because those Democrats didn't want black people to get jobs and to vote and all that stuff. Yeah, remember that? See, she don't remember that. She don't remember that. See, what they should be doing is throwing a mic in every Democrat's face. Do you condemn the Democrat Party's history and involvement in Jim Crow, slavery, and the Ku Klux Klan? Do you condemn that? Do you disavow all of that? That's what they should be doing. But they never bring that up. See, so now this man is saying, look, there was a time where this was an issue, but now what you're doing is you're backdating it. You're trying to make it seem like it's current, like we've made no progress, like this is on top of mind. No, it's not. This is not a big issue in the United States, except from you guys. You guys are bringing this crap up all the time and weaponizing it. That's what you're doing. Marxist conflict theory. Keep this division going. Keep it fresh in the mind of everybody. Nobody is walking around thinking about Hitler, white nationalism, Nazism, white supremacy. And yet they're dropping it in the minds of everybody every chance they get.
Was a guy who was actually paying his other fellow people to be actually staging something that didn't happen. And so stop picking on this farce of some figment that exists at some infinitesimally small fringe of the American public today.
He ticked her off with that by downplaying all of this white supremacy and white nationalism that's running around. He said it's just a small group. And I say it's a small group too. The fact that I can't locate any of them. There you go. And as thirsty as they are to push this narrative, you telling me they can't find it? You're telling me they're not showing us video after video after video after video of a whole bunch of white supremacists, whole bunch of white nationalists? None of that. Somebody said, buffering? Am I buffering? Now what? Okay. Looks like I'm moving over here. So if this was true, the media would be all over it. They would be going, yeah, man, here's this clip, here's that clip. It's kind of like when they say right-wing violence, but there's no video footage of it. So they just, go back to J6. I'll look at that. There you go. That's all we really got. But yet you can throw out a plethora of videos of left-wing violence all over the place, burning down cities, tearing up stuff, attacking people. But yet they'll tell you that the rise of right-wing violence is running rampant. And I'm saying, y'all just say stuff. Y'all don't produce no evidence, nothing. Y'all don't even rely on people's common sense. They want to break past the common sense barrier. The first thing they should be doing is saying, can we pull this off when there's no evidence? Are we able to circumvent people's common sense and reality? Can we change their perception, even though they're walking around not being attacked by white nationalists, white supremacists? Can we somehow make them think that even though you don't see it, it's everywhere? And unfortunately, it's worked on some people. So he said, nah, man, all of this crap you're talking about, I want to go out and find a plethora of white nationalists, and I can't.
Open our eyes to the actual real threats that we face. And I think that it's frankly questions and framings like that that has caused the American public to lose all trust in the mainstream media, I'm sorry to say, for good reason.
You didn't say that you condemn white supremacy.
Oh, God. Now, you would have thought she would have quit. You would have thought after that response, she would have been like, oh, shoot, I'm messing with a heavyweight. This guy is light years ahead of me intellectually. I went out there and asked one of the dumbest questions ever. Everybody knows that was an attempt for a hit piece. Everybody knows the game. Everybody has been here before. They know what the media does to conservatives. Do you condemn white supremacy? Do you hate the Ku Klux Klan? Do you We already know that. So he saw her coming a mile away. You could tell his reaction. He belittled her by saying, what the heck? What kind of, who are you with? You would have thought she would have said, you know what? Let me go ahead, take that thank you, and walk away. But what did she do? But you never condemned white supremacy. She wants to get beat up. There it is. You never did disavow. So now here we go.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which absolutely fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do. Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how you're
one step ahead of you.
Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question.
Absolutely.
The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction. You want to know what the best way is to end discrimination on the basis of race? Stop discriminating on the basis of race.
Easy
Do that,
solution.
we're going to move this country forward. And I don't care whether you're black or white or brown or anything in between. That's how we're going to unite this country. You people have been responsible for dividing this country to a breaking point, creating a projection of national division. I meet people from the south side of Chicago.
She should have walked away. She should have took the first answer, but she want to double up on it. Yeah, I'm about to get him. I'm about to get him. No, you're about to get it. You're getting it, Pop-Tart. See? Trying to make a name for yourself. But yeah, you got a name for yourself now. A victim of effect. So let's continue.
But in meetings like this one, of every shade of melanin, multiple, from man to woman, doesn't make a difference, who are hungry for reviving unity in this country. And you, with your catechism that you try to get to politicians to whatever fake headline you're going to print on the basis of this conversation tomorrow, that's what's dividing this country to a breaking point. Shame on you. Look people in the eye and tell them what you've actually failed to tell them for the last 5 years. Own the accountability for your own failures as the media. That's how we rebuild trust in this country. And until then, I don't have a lot of patience to play the games.
Get out of there, girl. Get your tail out of there. Because he is all over you. Working all over you. Judo chops everywhere. She should have quit while she was ahead, but nope. She doubled up on it. But does that mean you deny or condemn racism? I mean, you never answered the question. So let me elaborate. Now, he gave that wonderful, wonderful answer that if anybody listened to the whole response, you would go, wow, that makes sense. But guess what? I'll be covering this probably later on. Somebody doubled up on it. They did an interview with him. And of course, because of what she wrote which Vivek already knew. You're going to do this. I already know. We're one step ahead of you because of what she wrote. Then he had to do another interview, and they're asking, we saw you do that interview, and you say you did not think that white supremacy was and then he had to let this lady have it, which I'm not going to show y'all that clip right now. We'll probably cover that later. But instead, we're going to end with him on his way out the door saying something to the media. He gave them a nice little message on the way out. Here we go. Look at the people.
Because the historical pattern with the media is lie, lie, lie again. When proven to have lied, hide from accountability.
Oh.
From the Hunter Biden laptop story to the origin of COVID to the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that never was. I'm still waiting for one honest anchor in the mainstream media to just look their own audience in the eye and say, hey, I apologize. We lied to you, we got it wrong, and we'll never have this happen again. I challenge your guy, Alex, who likes to write, I would say clickbaity headlines to say at least you're from a new generation of leadership. Go ahead and step up, and maybe you can do it. Or maybe, Catherine, I bet on you sooner to do it. But somebody needs to actually, from the next generation, heal that divide of trust between the media and the people. I'll look forward to having that conversation with the media with what happens on January 15th. It'll be a surprise. I'll try to sweep it under the rug, try to minimize the importance of Iowa, and try to set the same narrative they have been. And I think that we need to use every occasion we have.
I think that's his wife next to him. If that is, she's looking at him like, wow, my husband's very smart. So here he is going ahead and giving her a verbal lashing as well. And the whole media. And this is why we despise the fake news, because they have lied to us and they have never apologized. Instead, what they do is move on to the next lie, or they double down on the lie. They'll recycle the lie. They'll justify the lie. They'll bring liars that have been caught lying on their network to continue lying, and they throw this slop up in our faces constantly. And so my question is, at what point do y'all realize that your model, your business model, is not working? It's killing your brand. It's destroying the trust. All of this stuff that revolves around what racism, we hear it coming out of the fake news constantly. That's built into the cake when it comes down to MSNBC and CNN. Every segment, they slide in race, discrimination, and all of this. I don't want to hear it. I'm so sick of hearing racism that I really, at this point, feel like anybody who brings it up is just crying wolf. And it's sad. It's sad that we're at that point where you will hear it and you go, what the crap? What are you? Okay. What happened this time? What's racist again now? Where you're desensitized to it. They've done this. And they just keep on doing it, beating a dead horse, thinking that at some point we're going to convince all these people that racism is a huge issue. You're having the opposite effect. You're desensitizing people to it. It's unreal.
To at least rebuild trust with the American public, to say, here's the narrative we've set. Here's where we were proven wrong. And here's where we own accountability. That's what I would say. Thank you. Consider it. It'd be good for you. Consider it, Pop-Tart. It'd be good for you. But do you think they're going to do that? No. They're going to go right back and print. Vivek Ramaswamy was out there. He said that he loves white nationalists. He definitely would join the Klan if they still existed. And that's what they're going to do. They're sure enough not going to go back and reflect and say, you know what, he has a point. Maybe I'm tired of prostituting myself. Maybe I'm tired of being used for Marxist conflict theory. Maybe I'm tired of being a useful idiot to divide the country and push narratives that only make us suspicious of each other. Maybe I'm tired of that. But nope. Maybe the paycheck's too good. It's too easy on the left, see? Yeah, you're a champion. You get no pushback, no criticism from them. In fact, you can be sorry as a reporter and fail upwards. Yeah, you get over here, you earn your money. When you're a conservative, you're swimming upstream constantly because they have set up everything really to accommodate these liberal globalist agendas, these woke ideologies. You don't get no criticism and pushback. So anyway, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thank you so much. Somebody say, great show as always. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it so much. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I think I might try to do something I ain't did in a long time. Go out and shake my tail feather on the salsa floor. Who knows? Right now, my back's a little tight. I got to get loose. It's a goose, baby.
God, y'all said blessings, Kevin. Thank you so much, very much. Now, hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, just in case they try to remove me. Don't forget, visit the store, Kevin's Corner store. Check it out. You might like some stuff in there. And then if you want to support the channel by donating to my monthly fundraiser, the link is below this video. And finally, if you text MAGA to 330-974-4607, just in case they do bounce me off of here, we'll still be able to connect somehow. All right. So enjoy your weekend. God bless y'all and God bless America. And keep an eye out for some standalone videos that I am going to upload over the weekend. See, I don't want to just cut y'all loose, until Monday. So you're going to get somebody say, where's Bob? Oh man, I break Bob out every once in a while. I never know. It's always spontaneous. With Bob, all my characters, all the stuff that I do, everything is unscripted. So I'll be talking next, I'll be like, I think this is a Bob moment. Here he is, Bob. Yes, ma'am. So y'all will be getting a dose of him pretty soon. So God bless y'all. God bless America. We see y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Peace. Gizmo's down here, staring me down too, y'all. Yeah, he's under the table looking up at me like, are you done? He looks like a ragamuffin though. He needs a haircut. Yeah, yes. I need a haircut. Yeah. Boy, does he need a haircut. He looks like a Wookiee. Take care.